gonna be honest though, bro. I'm gonna be honest though. You gotta make an age range of premium to your. If you ever make age range of premium, bro, it's actually over for the entire thing. I think I'm not gonna lie to you, though, bro. You're and start the conversation. I'm not gonna lie. You know, the app Bumble is so that you know you see women have to talk first and anything like that. But I don't understand, bro. I'm rarely attracted to submissive men. I was going to come up with a cover pick of one, but I rather because they were instead. Good boy. Yeah, I know what this is. Let me rear you at. No. What's the for the shot, bro? What? I hope you can understand that I'm saving myself. I'm saving myself from marriage. Hey there, gorgeous. Howdy. I must say your eyes are really lovely. Thank you. They're my favorite feature. What's your favorite feature of mine?
Hey, look. Those crystals look like they come from the Candy Kingdom.
Yeah. You know, that's the first. There's people trying to find out somebody's occupation like those. If they're doing well, they're so generous. Yeah. Right? So that's the first couple things. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. W saw.
Cool.
Yo, there's no
totally embarrassing.
Why is that so much? Like, that is moving, man. Yeah. Tinder Insight. So this has had 202,000. Yeah. That number is like, I don't have to go into that. 2 billion. This has had 2 billion.
All aboard!
All right, twice. 2,000 matches. 1,200 tags.
Let's find some treasure.
Get the fuck Tinder. Get the fuck Tinder, bro. Get off dating apps, bro. Dang, 2 billion for a 1 date success rate and a 0 relationship. Get off, bro. Hope it on Tinder for 5 years. And you can a girl again. Get love or something, bro. Then go get out. It's not working, so it's 26 minutes.
Dang.
Okay, this is him. Oh, you got photos. You'll hate it.
Cool.
Yeah. Really? My face.
That was hardcore.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, gang. No disrespect to nobody who uses dating apps and stuff, but if you're on a dating app, my nigga, yourself, man. You're like, humble yourself, man. I'm not gonna lie, though, bro. Said my time's not worth a $5 drink as you're wasting your time on me. And you like those, bro. Humble yourself, man. Come on, man. You're not Queen Latifah, bro. For someone with that kind of $5 reflection, bondage, knife play, blood, I like salsa. What? Ice play? That ice play, bro. Okay. Man up and text me already. Any fun playing this week? The problem is, when can I expect you to bring up a reply? It'd be like that.
Space wraps? Yeah. Imagine you're a furman. But the office for the first test, the plunge will be way cool and go.
That looks too complicated, Jake. We better get BMO to help.
Find their perfect steak, anyone can. .com, probably know this print for business, but did you know we print everything you need to print? Help stand out. And
based on what I see, there isn't anything about what I changed. Something your address and your last name. I am big heart Nick Layman. Wait. So what I like you for being good, they can get no button if you not going over there. You're not getting no button. Okay, we got 34. No way, 34. Not even
Gotcha.
No way.
Ow!
No way, from the 34 years old. No way. Short guys like left. A man under 60 is not a way. Sorry, smokers like left. 420,
Oh, yes!
Make automatically not interesting. See somebody saying
Name!
that sounds like you run under it.
Woo! Yeah! We are awesome!
Right here. If this happens, something like man, it's just that bad. So man, will put anything about like even words saying if they're for the top. But when they go, I feel like having a certain standard for themselves that preside like those. So this happened. This puts up like some guys. What is this? Fucking funny. What the? What? No. They don't. It's just a love section. Right? The saddle, best level, even though it's upper up again. I came down with eventually Heartbreak Caribbean, which for me was a pick of fun. The plan of this game is very easy and straightforward too. The process is pick a story, pick as many side quests as you can along the way, then finish all said side quests, find a random snail, and then level everyone you can. Let's get straight into it, shall we? Oh, but before we head into the land, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and check out the rest of the channel. Thanks, guys.
Hey, maybe we'll see another con. Yeah, I hope not. I don't think I'm emotionally prepared.
So Finn and Jake wake up after an innocent night of stargazing to find that a whole lot of is blood.
Hey, you don't know what it is.
Next up, it's time for them to get themselves a bigger boat, which, by the laws of video games, ends up happening straight after.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yep.
Wanna go shopping?
In a fight, when you find that
Now
your
that we have
body
our boat,
is through,
we're ready
what
to
you
enjoy
need's
things.
a few
Go
drops.
out to the wild and explore. And naturally, we head to the Ice Kingdom, because when there's trouble, the Ice King usually follows. We finally arrive at the Ice Kingdom to find a very upset Ice King.
It's gonna be okay. It's just not fun.
And the only way to get anything out of the guy seems to be
Interrogation.
now interrogation time is sort of a mini game. Basically, you choose good cards or options depending on the hints you're given. And it also picks up a package. That's Brody Cop here. Hey, that's Brody. Back past the
Did you figure out what's next?
On our way to the Candy Kingdom, we realised that a lot of the citizens from there are a bit low-low. And everybody's dressed as pirates. And they want to attack us. Combat in this game is turn-based. We all know which games are turn-based combat. So this is the tutorial requirement. So after this, we are into the open wild and have everything get on again. Hey, perfect. Win your first sea battle.
No down.
Oh, fish out 25 bags from the sea. After a quick peruse of all the leftovers in the net, we're off to explore the coast. Pick up a few more treasures. Hey, nothing. 50 land destructible. Yeah, that's right. That actually was. Right, first, helping time. Be your first side quest.
Next we encounter Hyad. And we need to find out what the heck is going on. And we also need to convince the guy that's going to Jake and the hole. To manage that with another interrogation.
Too easy.
Praise the flag. You the car, look out. One striker. Booyah.
Crypto tax reporting can be painful, but with CoinLending, it doesn't have to be.
All right.
Calculate for crypto gains and income connect your wallets and exchanges. You can test it out and take your free tax report today by signing up at coinlending.io.
And there it is. Landlubbers. Fall into the water more than 10 times. Nice. 12% of the way.
I wonder what that's for.
Yeah, Muffin Man. Muffin Man? Now we've recruited Marceline, and it's time to leave the Candy Kingdom. And we're going to pick up and complete as many side quests as we can along the way. Like this one, we've got to grab all the Candy Kids from across the kingdoms and bring them back safe and sound. Having Marceline also gives us a cannon on our ship, which we can use to destroy things, which gives us another trophy later on, and we complete that quest and grab them. There are various islands to encounter across the journey, and we're going to need to bucket them all for another trophy later on. Hey, Boiling Sniper. Destroy 10 sea disruptors. Super Smasher. Destroy 250 land disruptors. Okay, cool. Gosh, apple. 15 credits. Like the evil forest with the rest of the princess bubble. We encountered Fan, who's going to be our first boss fight of the game. It's going to give us a sweet dose of RPG. This boss fight is super straightforward. If you're following, just keep going on your adventure. So eventually, now we've rescued Princess Bubblegum, and she tells us that the Ice King found in Tampa. The plot thickens. More mysteries arising in the land of Voodoo. After a short cutscene, learning about Voltor and Meridian, and Hulk first, with Saturn and Mongo through. How would you raise 50 enemies? I think that's some of the first thing to choose, isn't it? Then we speed our way back to the Ice Kingdom, with the Ice King is found, and pick up Cypher, pick up Gunther, and really extend your path. Then we're back to the Evil Forest, to try and rescue Zeke, who will be the last member of our team. Oh, and the lovely Space Princess is there too. And soon after, the rest of the team, finishing our team.
Yeah!
Make my timbers shiver. Almighty.
Science Star. Alpha Gateway Beamer. Nice. Feel like that's the whole gang now. The ice. The freeze. Yes, we can. This is Bunk. Inflict more than one Bunk effect of a single enemy. Nice. That's out of the way. Oh, here it is. Free the cage, mushroom people. That was completely by accident. Hey guys. Free the cage, mushroom away. Oh, here it is. Free the cage, mushroom people. That was completely by accident. Hey guys. Cool. Flaming good. Very good. Restore light to the treasure. Spill your... Use Demo. Cool. Now we make our way back to the candy cabinet to fight for Mother and Vestor. This is the second boss fight of the game, and we're going to gain a trophy during the fight and after the fight. The fight consists of blocking bosses, killing anything she summons, going in to kill. Rinse and repeat. Let's go. Going for the trophy. Should work. One shot menu.
Yeah, that hurt.
Yes!
What's with the double vision?
Hey, brother. Strong, both.
Yeah!
That's one I was worried about. Easy. Yes.
Down I go!
Take it in. Decent enough one in the pocket. 45%. Nice. Yeah, no? After this, we're back to the first scene. We're beating pirates, shooting cannonballs at them, and sailing slowly to the fighting. There's lots more to discover. New enemies to face, more trips to play.
Rockin'.
Ooh, a rock thingy. Use all the pirate lines. Wicked. Don't forget that feeling of coming to an end. That's happening, but you know what I mean.
No sweat.
Princess. We're gonna help her restore the core.
Princess! Are you okay? Why are these pirates holding you prisoner?
I'd be fine, Finn. But you got to get me out of here.
Aw, man, PB's talking like a pirate, too.
Sorry, Princess. There's no way I can hack through this cage without attracting attention.
There's got to be a key somewhere in the pirate compound. Just find it and unlock the door.
We'll see what we can do, but that might not be any better. There are a lot of pirates around here. There might be too many for us to fight.
Yeah, we're not exactly what you'd call stealthy.
Yeah, if only there was somebody here that could turn invisible or something.
Overshadowed by better weapons.
Hang in there, Bonnabelle.
But it is a
We'll go look
regular
for the key.
occurrence for certain types of players to entirely switch builds on a near weekly basis due to nerfs and multiple weapon releases. There's a problem with the weapons that we have in game, and the meta is maybe a little bit too volatile. With Agematsu now heading deep in development, I want to talk about some bad weapons, so hopefully
Just
we
leave
get
it to
some
me.
balancing changes to make some worse weapons more viable. Along with that, check me out over at twitch.tv/RayContour, where I'll be live directly after posting this video, as I am at 4 p.m. each Tuesday and Wednesday. Now let's get straight into it. Alright, so obviously the developers are reluctant to let old weapons along with releasing new ones for a few reasons.
You'll need to sneak up there, Marcy.
As new weapons get added, the developers need to do increasingly interesting things with them to keep them exciting for the players. They also need to be good overly so people use them. New mechanics, properties, passives, etc. or just max stats. If a new weapon is cool and powerful, it might as well not be added, because then who's going to use it? Exactly. But because these weapons keep having increasingly additive things added to them, it leaves old weapons obsolete due to the lack of specialties some of the weapons in-game have. And while early and mid-game weapons don't really matter because those are just kind of vessels to reach endgame weapons and legendaries, lots of higher-level weapons are still bad because the devs nerf them into the ground when they become problematic, and then they don't touch them ever again, leaving them to rot in desolate obscurity. The Rosen's Hellflame is a great example of this.
Rockin'.
The weapon became too oppressive on release because of a near-infinite AoE magic
This'll be
spam.
easy.
Crit, who knew that wasn't going to be fun to play against or use? But it managed to be too aggressive. We had no way to approach a Rosen's Hellflame with crit spam. And while if any weapon in this video would stay irreparably garbage, I'd want it to be this one. It really ain't cool how bad made it. The main problem with it, however, is the fact that it's just poorly designed. The entire crit just needs changing for it to ever be a viable weapon in the future. Because as it is now, they can't make the standard good stats with this crit wouldn't be fun, especially because you can actually still cheat it to a certain extent. If they were to fix this weapon, they need to entirely rework it because it's fundamentally flawed. The second problem with certain legendary weapons is changing the best example for this is going to be
Not good.
but it's also increasingly and completely overshadowed by the Wheel of Death now. Regardless, this weapon's first change was the crit override, which, by the way, I always fucking hated the new crit. I used to main this weapon before Rapier and also after Pale Morning, and the crit override change they made just completely fucked with my build. That's my second F word this video. That'll be the last one. This video remains PG-13. 2019. Anyway, in time I got used to the change crit, even if I much preferred the way of the Bay crit. What I wasn't used to was my weapon's damage dropping to 24 because they added willpower scaling to it out of nowhere as a nerf. And while it is possible to make these
Marcy, you're up.
the weapon, like I don't think the weapon is necessarily bad. This change killed basically 90%
Just
of
leave it to me.
So its perceived usefulness went way lower than its actual potential viability, because everyone already had builds with the weapon, and then those builds were just killed by the devs. Like, I still have my old one. It's not good. If anything, they really should have just nerfed it directly instead of adding a new scaling stat. Anyway, still having a 4 trillion-year-old LFT build is just kind of bad now, but the weapon itself isn't bad. It's just overshadowed and underused. Other than weapons being nerfed, a lot of them do just lack creativity in the legendary department. The two clearest examples of this would be the Kearsiger and the Flareblade Thomas. The intelligence and charisma stealing legendary weapons, which have nothing to do with those stats. Both of these weapons feel like they were made to be legendary, so they gave them like cool unique crits and properties, but like the devs just tacked on stat scaling for them to make them correspond with a certain stat because those stats didn't have legendary scaling, which both lowers the flexible usage of these weapons, but also feels like bad design because neither of these weapons accurately convey or betray the stats that they're associated with. When I think of a charisma weapon, I don't think of a rail. The Vortex Echo weapon, I don't think of charisma. And as far as the Flare Blitz go, I guess they're close to being representative of that they scale out. But it's more so based on who they come from, being chasers who said them smart and experiment and stuff, rather than what they actually are. It would have been better if they actually just held off on adding them to the level they came out to humans and made them scale like that before. As to the Kearsiger, apparently Oddmonster thinks the Kearsiger is sneaky strong and creative. Yes, he said this. It does give half a bar on crit, but you gotta charge it up for that. So I'd say if anything, make it more variable, but it's just super easy to dodge and big ass purple.
Yummy.
Because like surround someone right before it's a little bit.
This is embarrassing.
20 seconds instead of 10, because if you're having the charisma to actually use this thing, you have unnecessary theatrics and all the other charisma talents, which means your mantras, which are going to be way easier to land than the crit for this weapon, are charming for 20 seconds, but this thing only charms for 10 seconds. But then there's also the indirectly nerfed weapons like the Imperator's Edge. And yes, I know it was nerfed directly, but it only really became super unused when the devs kept giving it repeated nerfs, well, indirectly, to Fortitude talents to make Fortitude less viable, while this thing requires an insane 200
Marcy, you're up!
requirement investment to use as far as stat points go. With 80 strength, Fortitude,
just leave it to me.
It is insane how not worth using it this thing is. First of all, spears already have the innate issue of hitboxes. Flamesmith, what's that, you may ask? Well, when I'm running with a spear, the character's hitbox or hurt box moves forward.
This'll be easy.
Keep on guard.
Meaning that if someone with a higher swing speed weapon swings slightly before at the same time as you actually get outswung and outranged and hit by things you normally wouldn't be, because the spear one just does that. It's another instance of a weapon just being poorly designed fundamentally, which doesn't even get into the fact that this weapon's highest scaling stat is Fortitude, despite it being equal requirements in upgraded stats. And if they just made it more even as far as the scaling goes, it wouldn't have been hit so hard by the
Enough. If you find you need stuff now and then, don't hesitate to ask. Come back again.
Then it might actually be a
I'm Choose Goose, selling
then
fresh
we have the tier of
produce.
weapons that are simply outclassed by better ones as they release. No nerfs needed. It's not far off to say that rapiers are the worst weapons in the entire game, undisputed. I made an entire video on the topic, right? With the exception to the legendary rapiers, which are actually pretty good. But when the most dominant build for rapiers as a whole is Ice Rapier, and they drop an Ice Rapier legendary, it kind of makes the Skull Piercer, the old best rapier that is in Shadow, useless. Nobody's running rapier with Thundercall or Gale or even really Flame, even though that was the second most popular option behind Ice. And definitely not any of the other attunements. The 10 rapier users in the world are either abusing the Deep Spindle or sitting on a 30,000-year-old Ice Rapier build, reminiscing about when they were good. With the gold point out, the Skull Piercer is now basically invalidated, and the only way to make it viable is to make rapiers not the worst weapon in the game, because then you can use it with more variable. But then they'd also need to nerf the legendary rapier, which I think they should do that. The Stars will get nerfed a little too hard for the community's liking, and then be left completely invalid like every other weapon after a nerf. And then they'll get power crept on by new weapons. Name one person using a greatsword that isn't the Crypt Blade who's higher than power 10. Yeah, exactly. Greatswords used to be some of the best, most broken weapons in the entire game, with broken talents like Destructive Recovery, which is Bard, Break Up, Parry, good damage, and swing speed, which was only compensated for with slightly higher head lags, which were still only like 100 milliseconds compared to most weapons having like Keep a listen out. So what the devs did. So what the devs did do was they reduced the damage, removed the broken talents, increased the lag, and nerfed the good attunements with heavy mantras. They quite literally nerfed everything about great swords like 2 to 3 years ago.
I have to get that key.
When you see a script blade, which might as well be a hero blade so they player so now great swords are with the exception of one good one, which is a specific legendary weapon, leaving the weapon unviable for 95% of players. Now I've covered a lot of weapons so far, specific issues, but if there was one trainer I could give you like the weapons I've mentioned, just the spaces for these weapons and their real-life attributes, and make sure those apply to the game when they finally release their weapon. Great swords excel in real life at crowd control and weapon fights, so why not give them larger AoE strength and animation to make the initial easier, which now gives them good use case as overworld gang disasters. Rapiers can both slash and stab, so why not give them that usage mechanic that 5 years ago and then they forgot about? Just a little thing I've been recommending lately where you can use slash attacks for higher penetration, slash attacks for damage. For the Rose Tell flame, replace the crit and let the user put the rifle to the roof of their mouth. Anyway, you guys should get the point. Use weapons for what they were invented for and balance them around certain purposes. When you guys try to make every weapon viable in every scenario, you end up with boring weapons that all feel like they play the same. So let's stop doing that. Anyway, if you guys want to add on to this video, make sure to leave a comment down below. I read all of them. I'll probably just read them next time I'm free. I mean, as I usually do. It's super easy to read.
It's up there somewhere.
I started my degree in 1986.
Marcy, you're up.
This joint right here. Let's do the worst fandom. Let's do that.
Just leave it to me.
Worst fandom tier list. Now I don't know all the fandoms on here, so y'all going to have to help me. I'm even going to make a.
This'll be easy.
What is this M, Jack? What is this M, Jack? What is this M? And I'm not.
I have to get that key.
I'm already not familiar with this. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I've never met one sane JoJo Siwa fan. I'm not gonna catch you, bro. I ain't gonna move, bro. Marvel fans. They be, I feel like they be, I'm not in that pocket. I feel like Marvel fans be out the way for the most part, but it's just like as soon as you start looking at comics, or if you're the Marvel property outside the comics, do you even read the comics? Do you read the comics? Do you even know that is a president in 23?
Keep your eyes
That was easy.
Hey! Long time no see.
Fern! Oh man, first the flood, now you? So what, got tired of being a knight and now you hang out with pirates?
I'm not hanging out. Technically, I'm leading them.
Great. Guess that means we're gonna have to fight you. Again. Can't believe what a jerk you turned out to be.
Yeah, I mean, you used to live on our roof, man.
I've got a better place to live now. And yeah, I guess we're gonna fight.
Bring it!
Isn't his fan base like legit? Like,
You don't stand a chance!
That's the stuff.
Really chill. I'm gonna put that really chill. And I'm gonna put them in a big like they don't and they're super grateful. Mario fans are super grateful for everything that they did. Like if they get a good game, now they may but if they get a good game with Mario, they like it. If they get a good game,
you don't stand a chance.
Yawn. Games I've never okay, except the Mario Kart. The Mario Kart I can't.
All right.
Okay, rock. Is there something about bandage that?
Ha ha!
I'm a flipping out!
You don't stand a chance!
Ah, that hit the spot.
More power!
Oh, my head is so spinning right now. That was tasty.
That's the stuff!
Quit it!
You don't stand a chance!
Oh, yeah!
All right.
Ha ha!
Take this!
That's the stuff!
The backpack pivot!
Oh, I'm down!
You don't stand a chance!
I'm the dog that keeps on giving.
You don't stand a chance! Not cool!
Did that?
You don't stand a chance!
Yeah.
Did you guys miss me?
Oh, mama.
You don't stand a chance!
Mad Medical!
Ah! More power!
Rockin'.
You don't stand a chance! You don't stand a chance! I'm gonna lie down now.
And that is how it's done.
Sorry you had to stay locked up so long. Glad to see you still have Simon's crown.
Yeah, Ice King said it went all nuts and made him melt stuff instead of freezing it.
I'm not surprised. It looks like one of the crystals was removed and put back in backwards. There. Good as new.
But why would somebody take the crystal out? The only reason I know about is powering up the Enchiridion. But the Enchiridion was destroyed a long time ago.
The one from this universe. But there are lots of universes, Finn. And lots of Enchiridions.
You think somebody powered up another Enchiridion and used magic to melt the Ice Kingdom?
The Enchiridion isn't a spellbook, but somebody with a head for science could probably get some pretty dangerous ideas from it. If the Flood even has anything to do with the Enchiridion. I'm just speculating.
Fern isn't saying much. Do you think he could have done it?
And I don't know if Fern's involved, but it's kind of a coincidence he showed up now. I mean, he was hanging out with my uncle, who isn't exactly a good influence. I'd be surprised if he doesn't at least know something.
I say it's time we found out.
Jake? Where's Fern?
Oh, right. I guess I was supposed to be guarding him, huh?
You think? Arr, you scurvy dog.
Hey, pirate talking or not, that's just hurtful.
Should we look for him? He can't have gotten far.
We'll worry about finding Fern later. For now, let's just get the crown back to Ice King so we can start fixing this mess. I hope PB finds her way back to the boat okay.
too much.